1,
2,
3, 4,
5,
6.
7.
8.
Good morning. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your Sunday to come and watch a coffee demonstration. Did you know that Americans drink 400 million cups of coffee every day? It's been said America runs on coffee and gasoline, with the coffee tasting like gasoline a lot of the time. Doesn't need to be that way. I'm going to show you today how to brew a beautiful, bold, delicious cup of coffee in around 5 minutes using our Hario V60 dripper. I was first introduced to this method when my youngest son became a barista. And he explained to me how the pour-over method helps to extract some nuances in coffee, much like you can find in wine. So let's talk about the equipment that we'll need to make our coffee. First week, I suggest some whole bean coffee, local, fresh whole beans. Then we need a kettle. I have a gooseneck kettle here with this long arm on it that's perfect for pouring the water precisely. I have a paper filter, although some people do like to use a metal one. The paper one absorbs a lot of the sediment and the oils that wind up in the bottom of the coffee and would coat your mouth and give the coffee a different flavor. Then I have a ceramic Hario V60. These also come in metal and plastic. A decanter to catch our coffee. A kitchen scale that measures in grams as well as some other measurements. And a cup to enjoy our wonderful brew. So now that we have our equipment, let's talk about how to brew our coffee. So we want to take about 25 to 30 grams of coffee, which translates to 2 to 3 tablespoons of coffee. That sounds like a lot, but it's really not. You want it to be about the same consistency as table salt. Not quite as fine as sand, but maybe some coarse salt, not kosher salt. So we're going to tear our scale and dump our coffee in. Then we want to shake this a little bit and kind of level it out. We want a level playing field. Then we're going to take our hot water. I've heated the water to 195 to 205 degrees, somewhere in there. Boiling point for water is 212 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's just below boiling. Temperature is important. If the water is too hot, it will over-extract the coffee and make it very bitter. If it's under 195, it will under-extract the coffee and it will have kind of a papery, grassy flavor, also not good. So we want to take our gooseneck filter and start in the center and begin to pour in a circular motion, just covering the grinds until they start to bubble. The bubbling is called blooming, and it's CO2 that's being emitted from the beans. It's a natural process, and it's something that we want to allow for a complete bloom to develop the flavors of the coffee. And it also heats our Hario V60, and it heats up our decanter as well. Actually, okay. So then we're going to continue to pour in a circular motion, agitating the grinds a little bit as we go. And we want to just cover it and then wait for about half of the water to extract out of the coffee down into the decanter. Now while this is brewing, I want to say water is very important. Never use tap water. It contains chemicals and some unsavory flavors. Don't use distilled water or reverse osmosis water, because those actually remove the minerals from the water that you need to make a really great cup of coffee. So suggested is filtered or spring water. Okay, and then we're going to add about 50 more grams of water to our coffee grinds. And you all can smell this. It smells great. It's going to taste even better. All right. And when you pour in these circles, you're agitating the coffee grinds, which is going to help extract the flavors from the coffee. The oils, as I said before, are going to stick to the paper filter, and so what we're left with at the bottom is just really rich, delicious coffee. So now that we've brewed, let's recap. For a really great cup of coffee in 5 minutes or less, you want some whole bean fresh coffee. You want to grind it to the consistency of coarse table salt, 25 to 30 grams or 2 to 3 tablespoons. About 2 cups of hot water, 195 to 205. We want to have our scale, our decanter, and the Hario V60. Pour it over, wait a few minutes, and then we have great coffee. I'll leave you with the coffee quote of the day. Sleep is a symptom of caffeine deprivation. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.